Hello everyone, today we are going to be going over the mid to end game content in honor of King's World. I've been playing this game 15 hours a day and there is a lot to cover. Let's start with the weekly content. There are 3 different modes that are very important to clear, which is Scourges, Unrealms, and Mighty Foes. Scourges is pretty much a boss rush mode where you can matchmake with 3 other players forming a party of 4. The mode currently has 4 difficulties and you can compete with other players for weekly rankings. This mode is popular because it rewards a Splendor Soul Spark, which is used to upgrade your summons. It also rewards you with important materials for upgrading your job's talent. The challenge is split into 3 different waves with a limited amount of shared party revives. The difficulty doesn't seem to be too bad as most players may have already fought these bosses out in the open world. Unrealms is the first real party dungeon you will encounter in the game with various bosses. The dungeon itself can take around 10 to 20 minutes to clear depending on your party level and difficulty. It rewards a very nice legendary gear along with gems that you can socket or inlay on your slotted equipment. Mystic Ruins features 3 bosses and rewards players for each clear. The first boss encounter is a huge fish boss where players must shoot down with artillery cannons to break the stagger bar. The second boss is this crazy looking guy that throws a bunch of lasers and sword waves around the screen. Then we have the last boss, which is a bird boss called Bfang. This boss can party wipe you, so you better be careful when you're challenging it, and especially if you don't know the mechanics. The reward for this dungeon is really good and you have to make sure you clear on the hardest difficulty every week for the best rewards. Since we are in the first week, I'm not sure if there are any other dungeons in rotation. I would definitely love to see more of this content. There are also mini dungeons in this game which I'll go over in the daily section. The final weekly objective that resets is the Mighty Foes. These are like world bosses that reward more gear for your character and soul sparks, which are used to level up your summoned guardians. Unlike the other 2 weekly modes, these bosses doesn't offer any matchmaking or any matchmaking stone nearby. You can solo it or manually invite your friends or players fighting nearby. Upon defeating the boss, you will see a chest at the end and you can only claim this chest up to 3 times a week. It's always good to kill the other bosses before the week ends as it also rewards gear after you have successfully defeated the field boss. The big question most gamers probably have for Honor of King's World is that does this game have any raid content? Currently there are no raids in Honor of King's World and the max amount of players in a party content is 4. I would love to see raids in the future, but this might be leaning more towards an MMORPG. Would you be interested in raid or large scale party content such as 8 to 10 players in this game, or maybe even more? Let me know in the comment section below. For the daily content, we have the Battle Echoes, which are mini dungeons that consist of either 1 or 2 rooms and there isn't much running around. There are currently 4 mini dungeons and you can unlock higher level ones with better rewards as you progress later in the game. The final version of this is the Dreamwalk Odyssey. This one randomizes the dungeons so you're not stuck farming the same dungeon over and over again daily after you hit the end game. Since it's a daily dungeon, the first clear doesn't cost any vitality. If you want to keep farming the dungeon, you will need to sacrifice 80 vitality, which is the stamina system of the game. Another thing you can do during your daily adventures is going on an elite run alone or with friends. At word level 5 or higher, you can farm them daily as they respawn once every 24 hours on the daily reset. These elites can reward you with good filler gear until you get better ones from dungeons. It's also a good idea to tackle them if you're trying to aim for a higher gear score. In the Fearless mode section, we have 2 kinds of content featured here. Bubblefish Dream is also a solo challenging event where you can clear stage after stage after stage doing challenges on each one that rewards you with extra currency that can be used to buy characters, outfits, or gacha. It also has a lot of random rewards that can help you progress your character level. This mode is divided into 3 sections. Shallowscape is the beginner tier, then Deepscape for mid tier, and then Abysscape for endgame. Clearing stages in this mode always grants you special crystals that can be used for exclusive shop where you can also buy all kinds of legendary outfits and skins for your character. Then we have the Awakening Challenge. Some of the elite field bosses can be awakened by using an origin core. This enrages the elite boss that you encounter in the world one time and gives you special rewards upon the first clear. It can also reward you with decent filler gear at world level 5 or higher until you get better ones from dungeons and weekly content. Since you're already going on a daily elite killing spree, why not try the challenge version for extra rewards? You can see here on the top left of the screen what a sample requirement on some of these challenges are. Daily routine is very important to do because it gives your character Bracer XP, and the higher Bracer XP, the higher world level you can go up to, and your world will get better rewards. So right now I am world level 5, and our daily gives us actually legendary gear. The most important thing about the daily routine is buying the exchange shop. Over here we have the frosty bottle. You always want to buy this every day as much as you can, because this makes it so that whenever you collect rewards with your stamina or vitality, it doubles that reward. If you want to level up your character's talents, weapons, skills, and arcana, you will need to consume a lot of vitality. You can obtain some by using platinum crystals, but if you're a free-to-play player, you will likely be saving these to buy characters or outfits instead. One of the biggest mistakes most people will probably make in this game early on is trying to level up multiple characters at once. Due to limited weekly entries and the vitality system, it's best to focus on 2 characters or job only. Unless you're refreshing stamina with crystals, then perhaps you can slightly focus on a 3rd or 4th character. Character progression wise, you are going to be focusing on leveling up your talents for your character so that your skills will do more damage. And then you have your weapon, which you advance. You start off with the green weapon, actually white, green, blue, purple, yellow, and then orange grade for endgame. And then not only you advance your color grade, you also ascend that weapon, which means you level up the cap. So right now my weapon is currently level 45. If I ascend it with this thing that uses vitality, and then I can level up to 50. And then we have the gear. The gear is, I've been talking about, there are many ways to get the gear in the game, but some of them are from dungeons only. And these gear have like specific bonus threats. So this armor specifically gives 2 stats of fury, but I don't even have the fury bonus because I don't have enough set pieces to have the fury bonus. Well, actually I can have the fury bonus there, but my gear score went a little bit lower. So now I have level 6 fury and I have the each stack increase that one. So you'll be focusing on farming these gear over and over and over until you get the one. But for now, we're doing quick equip, going for the highest gear score, because we want to get to like, I think level 80 or 90 gear score. And then lastly, you have arcana. So arcanas are like kind of rune system in the game. So you can equip like boost your stats depending on your role, and then you can like make your custom one, be like, hey, this is for DPS, this is a healer, and then you equip like a rune like this one. Let's say I want to have more critical rate instead of critical damage. We equip our critical rate, and then we level it up. And then you need arcana fragments. So these are also from destroying old arcanas or farming the using vitality. These right here. So you can use your stamina to farm the open area, and you can target specific arcanas that you wanted to go for specific builds, which is pretty interesting. So not everyone is gonna have the same build. There's probably gonna be meta builds later on, but hey, you know, everything's just YOLO for now, and everyone's going with their gut feeling, whatever they feel is right. Another thing that is also worth mentioning is that you can craft your gear later on. So let's say you are missing a specific piece of armor, you go for that set, and here's a chance for you to get a specific gear. Let's say I wanted more fury for that set I was trying to make earlier. I go for this one, and then I craft it. And to get these pieces, you have to scrap the gear that you have been getting. But it doesn't always, I think it only drops from slotted gear. I don't know what's actually the requirement to get these things right here, the honor fragments, and then you can craft that. And the other part of the end game is crafting the flow stones. These are the most important ones, and it requires a lot of materials, so you can get specific kind of like more passive traits. So it's a lot of farming for passive traits in this game, passive bonuses, passive sets, and all that stuff. So eventually you'll find something you like, or a specific build that you think is really cool. Even though I was out of stamina most of the time, I was able to play 15 hours a day during the first 3 days, and I'm nowhere even close to finishing my exploration and doing everything. There is a lot of content to do in the game, and I hope you enjoy progressing the game at your own pace and not feel too rushed to hit the end game. And that should be it for this video. I will probably post full gameplay videos of the dungeons and all the other stuff in the game for you to see without commentary. But thank you for watching. I hope you like and subscribe. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends. Bye.